So this video consists of 3 parts. In the first one, I'm going to address these 3 gentlemen because I finally have to say something about them. The second part is called The Void. And the third one is called Double Impostor Syndrome. Sounds quite mysterious, but it's all good. Let's begin. Or maybe sometime before you were thinking like, who the hell is this guy sitting with MPC, giving us some tips and tricks, talking about sampling, beat making, and looking like he's too comfortable doing this. And maybe it seemed like I popped up only yesterday out of nowhere, however I look like I have been doing this for years. Well, the truth is, I kinda have. However, the drama is, I have been doing this not in English, not on the English YouTube channel. And why is it drama? Why there is a lot of vulnerability, a lot of indecisiveness, a lot of negative thoughts? Let me tell you, in my part of the world, which is the Russian-speaking part of the world, my name was already synonymous to the word MPC, and I'm not showing off because if you speak Russian and you type in MPC in Google or YouTube, the search would give my videos, even ChatGPT addresses to my YouTube channel if you type it in Russian. Moreover, I have built the biggest Russian-speaking MPC community, the biggest online school for MPC courses. However, at some point, the world became too small, and I had this feeling that I hit the ceiling. You all understand that MPC topic is extremely niche, and also the language was one of the limiting factors. However, I knew that I have so much more to say to more people. So for about a year, I was thinking about starting over, starting a new YouTube channel, the English-speaking YouTube channel, and this moment of my life was not very well. I had tons of doubts. I thought that my plan would flop and I would be an outsider, and you might be thinking, what the hell does it have to do with all those bloggers I mentioned in the beginning? I'm going there. So personally, I have been watching all those bloggers like Accurate Beats, Malo Beats, Ave McCree, Malo the Producer, all of them. I have been watching them in English for years already, since they started their channels. So many years ago, they were my inspiration. And at some point, they also became my colleagues, so to say, because we were doing the same things. And I knew that they had big following already. They had big channels, a lot of people who watch them, who comment on their videos. And I thought, how could I fit in? But then there came this melting point. And now I'm ready to talk about these 3 bloggers and beat makers, Marlow Digs, Accurate Beats, and Malo Beats, specifically those 3. And maybe you have already guessed why I mentioned those people specifically, because Accurate Beats, he's from Sweden, so English is not his native language. Marlow Digs, he's from Portugal, and yes, English is not his native language. But then there is Malo Beats, he's from California, if I remember it correctly. What does he have to do with all this? I'll tell you a bit later. So I checked this on the internet, and about 10 million people speak Swedish. Just 10 million people, I would say. And a fraction of these 10 million people would be interested in MPC, beatmaking on MPC. And personally, I would have never come across Accurate Beats if he had his channel, his YouTube channel, speaking Swedish. Like, I wouldn't understand a single word. So for me, his wonderful world of his creative ideas, of his incredible videos, this world for me would have been closed. That would be a huge missed opportunity, at least for me, because I enjoy his content. What about Marlow Digs? He has an advantage in here, because about 200 million people speak Portuguese. That's already a substantial number. But anyway, it's only 260 million people, and again, a fraction of those people would be interested in sampling and beat making using MPC. And again, for me personally, it would be a second missed opportunity, because again, I enjoy Marlow's content, Marlow's beats and his channel, but again, I don't speak Portuguese. It would be a closed door for me because I wouldn't understand a single word. So these 2 people specifically, Accurate Beats and Marlow Digs, they were the biggest motivation for me to think about having a second YouTube channel speaking English, not speaking our native languages. Because again and again, I keep thinking, what if those 2 talented people didn't start their channels in English? We wouldn't have so much incredible content on YouTube and internet. So it was a very wise decision for them to start their channels in English. It's at least my opinion. But then there is this third person that I mentioned, Malo Beats. Why him specifically? Because it seems that he doesn't fit the description. His native language is English, at least from what I know. He's from America. Why him? And I have an answer for this. I'll be honest. Malo Beats started his YouTube channel maybe 3 years later than I started my YouTube channel in the Russian language. And of course I enjoyed his videos. I don't diminish his talent. He's a talented person. He makes awesome videos, nice beats. I enjoy his content. However, he was gaining a lot more attention than I was gaining attention, although I was more experienced at that time. And I treated him in a different way because all other bloggers, they were before me on YouTube, and I treated them as inspiration. But Malo Beats appeared, he was a newcomer, he was a new kid on the block, yes? I was doing it for 3 years probably, but he was gaining much more attention, and a lot of this attention came from international audience. Again, I'm not saying that it's only due to the people from other countries. No, it's because of his talent. However, in his comments, I saw and I still see comments like, hello from Greece, hello from Brazil, hello from, shout out from Germany. So definitely, people from all over the world were watching and are watching his videos. And then where I was growing maybe plus 1,000 people subscribers, he was growing plus 5,000 people subscribers. And I wasn't jealous or envy in no way, because I'm not that type of a person. I was just thinking that I could have the same results if I had the channel in English. And by the way, we made a video back in the days with Marlow Beats, 2 beatmakers, 1 sample. So yes, these people are extremely talented people in the first place. It's not that their secret to success is speaking English. No, if they had Swedish YouTube channel, Portuguese YouTube channel, they would still be same talented, dedicated, motivational people. To me, at least. I really admire their work, and I'm glad that they grow, that they develop their channels from year to year, from month to month. I always watch their videos. My full support to Malo Beats, Accurate Beats, Marlow Digs, and just all other bloggers that I did not mention in this video, but I admire your work. But the English language is, of course, something that also helps. So all these 3 cases combined, I made a decision. And now this part of the video is called The Void. So I don't know how it works psychologically, but I definitely feel this. When I was making videos for more than 6 years, I guess, for my Russian-speaking channel, when I looked at the camera, I envisioned people at the other end of the screen, yes? I envisioned some people who I was addressing. I was recording the videos in my studio alone, but I wasn't mentally alone because I had ideas of what comments they would leave. I had a core audience, of course, yes. I knew how they would react to some videos, to some phrases that I say. So I had some dialogue with my audience. When I looked at the camera, it wasn't black, so to say. Yes, it was colorful. However, when I started my second YouTube channel with 0 subscribers, and when I started recording my first ever video in English, I looked at the camera. It was completely dark, black. It felt like the void, literally. The camera was black. I was speaking to no one. I was speaking to the walls. And if you have ever made videos, you understand how important that is, how it helps when you understand that you are not alone in this thing. And yes, this nothingness was kind of terrifying. And now the third part of the video, double imposter syndrome. We bloggers, creators, musicians, we all have imposter syndrome from time to time because this is how it works. But in my case, it was a double imposter syndrome. Why? Let me give you an example. And people who moved towns, moved cities, changed schools in their childhood, they will understand me. Because let's have a look at this situation this way. Imagine you're a kid who spent 6, 7, 8 years at one school, one city. And then you move to a different state, to a different country, to a different town. And you go to a new school, and deep inside, you know that you are you. You are maybe cool, you have this, you have that, but all other new kids at new school, at your new class, they know nothing about you. They don't know that you are maybe the coolest person ever. You have to prove this. And maybe at your new school, you will not prove that you are the coolest. It happens quite often. So you have to start building yourself from the beginning again. The same thing with the new YouTube channel. You have to start building your connections again, your new core audience. You have to prove that you are not nobody. And for people who look at your first video, you are literally no one. To tell you the truth, my first 10 or 20 videos, I forced myself to film them. And maybe part of this success story, if I can call it a success story, was actually my wife, who is a more pragmatic person. She said, "No, you record those videos. Go and record those videos. Until you finish recording, I will not let you out of the studio." She acts this way. It's me who is an artistic person. I have feelings, I have doubts. She has the words, yeah, go and film those videos. And I continued filming those videos until I finally reached that point when I started having like some small core audience who texted me, commented me. Some people already texted me like, thank you for like a lot of support because I helped them in some way. Maybe I helped them to choose this device, not that device. I helped them with my experience with MPC, with SP404. And step by step, I started being someone. And there is one incredible fact. I downloaded all the statistics from both channels, from the main channel, which is, I guess, 7 years old right now, and the new English YouTube channel, which is a year and a half, probably. And I put all this information into ChatGPT and asked to compare in very precise detail all the statistics. And it told me that the second YouTube channel made more progress within 4 months than the Russian YouTube channel in 4 years. How incredible this is. 4 months versus 4 years. And I finally recorded the courses in English for MPC education, SP404 education, those that I told you were best-selling in the Russian language. Now I decided to bring them to a wider international audience because they are literally for everyone in English. It was a big and important step for me because I have already done this once and I had to repeat everything, but in English. And by the way, this is how I record all my videos. Well, most of my videos. I have the script, I know what I'm going to do, and I record one version of the video in the Russian language, and I record the same video, like the second version, in the English language. So some people say that he's crazy, he has double the amount of work that he does. Yes, but I enjoy this, because how can I abandon my Russian-speaking audience and 7+ years of work? So I decided to have 2 channels, 2 audiences. Difficult? Yes, but why not? And the point of this video is not to get some extra supportive emotional comments from you like, hey, you're doing a great job, keep on going. No, I don't need this. Like, comment on the real stuff that I make. Like if I make a video about sampling something on MPC, comment on that one. Support me in the things that I do, not on my vulnerability. I believe I can deal with my vulnerability on my own. So this is not the aim of this video. Oh, and recently I received a comment on YouTube like, is this dude AI? Well, you can have a look. I'm me, I'm real. I'm sweating because it's extremely hot right now. It's summer. I can stand up, you know, touch the walls. They're all real. It's not artificial. I can take a vinyl from here, yes? So no, I'm not AI, and I don't like that stuff. That AI stuff, not for me. I mean, it helps in some cases, but not that I make AI avatar and translate my speech from one language into another. No, it's not AI. Well, this is not a typical how-to video on this channel. However, I believe that it was important for me to share with you all this information, and maybe you'll learn something about me in return. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.